Welcome, this is video 2 in a series of the flat earth design from woe to go. So check out the first video, work your way through it. This is video number 2. We're going over a few extra things regarding video 1 to get people to understand how things are happening. So where should we start? Just to go over this again, the core, the centre core, the Arctic centre. Another image here, it comes out of the centre, a place of inaccessibility, the magnetic forces, the counterforce, it's a spiral, it's a vortex in here, another view of it, centre. Now we do not see this in here, but what we get is we get it out here. That image in there is created out here, exploded image. The counter forces. Okay? Counter forces. We'll get into that, we'll start working right along. Everything is all via frequencies from the black hole. It's an amplifier, the black hole. You can imagine the sun as a speaker. Now, just going over this again, how the sun moves quicker than everything. It's not what science tells you, that the science are quicker, the stars are quicker by 4 minutes a day. No. What happens is the sun, and they're all going the same way. There's only one revolving unit. Everything goes in the one motion because it all spins out of the black hole centre. So the sun is moving around. The stars, the sun is inside the Milky Way. The black hole is on the Milky Way. Roger Penrose got a Nobel Prize for that just last year. My videos were before he got the Nobel Prize, that there was a black hole in the middle of the Milky Way. And of course, if the black hole's in the middle of the Milky Way, the sun is on the horizon of the black hole. But I knew all this way before that. They still don't know. They want calculations. So the sun is on the horizon of the black hole that sits inside the Milky Way. And the Milky Way and the sun turn together. We can see the sun out there in the bulge of the Milky Way with good cameras at night. The sun does not go around the Milky Way. It's not sitting in behind the Milky Way during the middle of the night. It's sitting in the Milky Way. Like an egg in a nest. Tucked in there. Or like an eyeball. Tucked in your socket. Turning like this over the night. It's away from you. There's the back of the sun. That's the Milky Way. You see the stars at night. Back of the sun. It turns like this. Turns. Complete rotation. So because the sun is right in the centre, it actually, because it's fast, it slips slightly ahead. So the next day, instead of seeing these 4 stars you saw the night before, it's because the sun's ahead, right? It's showing more nighttime behind. So it will highlight more stars behind. So science has gone and told you, oh, the stars are quicker. Do you see all these stars now? They think that all those stars are in front of the sun. No, the stars are at the back of the sun. The lights come away from the darkness. Moved around here more, so you get more darkness over here, don't you? So you get more stars. You know, if a scientist came up with that, there'd be a Nobel Prize, but they won't, they can't, because it ruins their whole globe model. They have to go back to the drawing board. And another thing is this system in here. See, science, in physics, they know there's a strong force and a weak force. In the central magnetic field, the central vortex, right in there, in here, is the strong force. But we don't see that strong force in the flat earth design, the universal design. We don't see it. But we have the signs out here. It's all been exploded out here as signs. So nothing out here affects us on Earth. Meteors crash into Earth and all that is all, comets, all 100% lies. Nothing out here can affect anyone in the physical world. because they're all signs. Everything comes from in here. So nothing in there is going to affect you because it's outside of our realm. It's outside of our two hemispheres of our brain. It's like the pineal gland region, because the sun in here is the Earth's pineal gland, the sun. But we see it out here, don't we? Within this gap, because that in there has been brought out to the tropic region. It's all exploded out here. It's all shown to us as signs, as the good book says. And all scientists can say is, oh, you've got to be a religious nutter to believe all this. Well, let them say that because they're so ignorant, they're too far gone. But look, to accept reality, you need to accept Gnosticism, the unseen part of your reality. It's all there. It's all hidden knowledge passed down to us through religious scripture. And the average guy will just read it, but not understand what he's missing. But in amongst there is another new story. It's another thing, woke people. Woke people, they've taken a divine word, meaning a person who understands Gnosticism, can understand the hidden scriptures and stuff, give them to the most ignorant people on the earth, and called them woke people. It's a joke. It's like the word Isis. It's a divine representation of the moon in the night sky, mother of creation. They've gone and created a bunch of rebels in the Middle East and called them ISIS. Yeah. So understand that. Milky Way stars are moving in the same direction as the sun and everything else. The sun moves faster, therefore arrives ahead of the stars, outside of it by 4 minutes. Stars do not appear 4 minutes ahead of the sun. Speed. Now, flat Earth design. This is a new thing to everybody too. There's another Nobel Prize, like I say. Understanding this, the weak force. Physics knows about the weak force. Weak force, strong force. Let's go back up here. The sun's position in the daily zodiac, wherever the sun's pointing, points across the black hole. It's on the horizon, points across the black hole, whichever way the sun's pointing. And the zodiac represents the Earth's foundation in any scripture or ancient writings. Centre of creation is in there. The centre vortex, the strong force. The tropics is the weaker force by half. Half again at the roaring 40s, or 45 degrees north and south. Let's get them in here. So you've got the tropics in here. This is how this is the flat Earth design. You have to realise the two arcs on one side of the world, which is the north and south, but it's all the way around the Earth. So when you draw a flat Earth model, you can't just draw one arc like that. That's false. It's the whole system right around. You've got the tropical zone right round. Then you've got the roaring 40s. North, south, right round. Now, there's a trick in here with the sun too, where the sun stops being seen this side and is seen this side. 65 degrees-ish. You'll find that deep in science, but it's a secret. Understanding that picture there, that's the Tropic of Cancer. So you get the northern image, that's a northern image. And then, so that's in here, northern image, and then you get a parabolic reflection back out here in the southern image. See how we get all the stars and our star rotations. They're coming in and going out, because they're going out as the field moves west. You only see them for like 37, 38 degrees before they disappear and another star comes in. They're always coming in and going out as they move. As this picture turns, this turns. I have a video check out some other videos, you'll see this rotation. It rotates around like that. I can video north, several star trails over the night. You'll see the rotation rotating around the northern hemisphere horizon. I can see looking north like this. It's just like the ancients have drawn it, been totally ignored by modern man. The moon's cycle is in and out across the planets. She is the mother of creation, while the sun sustains life. See, the planets are all out here in their cycles, and the moon moves across their cycles out to Saturn and back in again every month. That's new moon, full moon. New moon is at the back of the sun, the Milky Way. You got the sun tucked into the Milky Way, facing that way. Around here is the full moon. Full moon. We see it out there, the sun, but it's all back in here. So it'll be facing this way. That will be the full moon. We're in the back of it, back of the Milky Way. And new moon winds into the face of the sun. Where the black hole is, actually in there, we can never get to the black hole. Nothing out here, everything out here is just pictures, nothing affects us. The tree of life is the God zone, non-seen or physical, but it's projected out to here. What we see at the celestial equator are signs that are representing the unseen, non-physical of the centre of creation. The dual forces, helix, scalar waves, spirals, what do you want to call it? It's the Milky Way. We're in the Milky Way, if you can understand that. The two counter forces within the vortex, Milky Way, plasma creating. You know, you create plasma in a tight magnetic field, that's what the tokamak's all about, but they'll never get it right till they realise there's a dual system here. They've just got the one system going around it, like this going all the way around it. They don't realise you need this perpetual energy system here, the EMF coming out between the two magnetic fields. Could be another Nobel Prize there. The southern rotation is forever moving west around the northern central hemisphere of projection. If the sun moves quicker, well, the sun does move quicker, we've been through all that. In other words, if the sun got there quicker, it would expose more stars, we've been through that. All light comes perpendicular to the observer from his arc of horizon or dome. It's all perpendicular to him, straight back to him. You can see this for yourself. You go out on the water, you'll see the moon in the water, directly in line with the moon that's out there. It's always coming to you, it's in line with you. Easier still, the sun is always coming to you across the water. You can go on a big cruise ship, go right up front, the sun comes straight to you. Go way to the back, the sun comes straight to you. No matter where you are, it's always coming straight to you. Science fools you and just tells you the sun is 93 million miles away and all light comes parallel to Earth. Very funny. The sun is a focal point in your arc of horizon. It's only seen in your arc of horizon, made up of frequencies. It's not out there. There's no sun back here that you only have to imagine there is, because that's what we understand the physical world, how plasma is created and all that. And it's exploded out here, so we sort of understand that, what science has shown us. But really, you're not looking at anything out here. You're only seeing it projected onto your arc of horizon. Ancient celestial navigation explains it all. I think that's about it. So, understanding the strong force, weak force, go check it out, what they mean by that in physics. The physicists should be able to figure this out, but the wannabe scientists are too ignorant. They can't think outside their little parrot box, their little parrot training school. Understanding the declination, the way that the seasons move. There's all the magnetic field, expansion and contraction, like the heart, the human heart pumps, earth pumps, tides, moon in and out, seasons over the year. They come up as it's winding around the flat earth. They wind their way up, then they wind back down again. Right down to the December solstice, up to the equinox where everything's equilibrium, and then comes in more up to the northern solstice, June solstice. Now this is video number 2. The next video will start breaking down what the planets are doing, and maybe get some different pictures on the board, explain how everything works, how the planets are moving and all that sort of thing, and a few other things. Thumbs up and share.